they're trying
Yes,
to do right now.
they are. It's
So that
going
they could,
around the country, lad. Our country nearly went into fucking mayhem there only a couple of weeks ago because some Somalian cunt
yeah.
genuinely tried to decapitate a guy. I was telling you this. Like, he tried to decapitate a
And
guy in Belfast. Like, and there was a hit list going around of non-white immigrants in Ireland to fucking the nastiest cunts of Northern Ireland to go around and petrol bomb and break windows and dehome them. And it was the first time in my entire life I ever actually seen, in a literal term, you know, non-white or black, in other words, you know, dark, you know, fucking coloured foreigners are the enemy was basically the title. Non-white immigrants. It's like, I've never seen that. I've seen immigrants, I've seen dirty immigrants, I've seen fucking foreigners. I've never in my entire life seen anything like that. And it kind of shook me when I seen it, because I knew this is different now. This is and it's hard to even, knowing what's going on in America, it's hard to not to think that it's that it's intentional.
so
you know,
to a T right now.
that they're making this happen to
Right now.
aggro the Irish youth, to encourage them to want to apply to go to war with England, because we're a neutral country and we don't go to war. But now I guarantee you at least 15 to 20% of the youth in Ireland, after what happened, would happily sign up to go to war with England. And that's fucked up. And that's all I can think about. If, like, you know, 3 weeks ago, I don't think 2% of Irish citizens would have applied to go to war with England, if even. But after that incident, after what it caused and what uproar it caused across the country, I feel a change, and I feel like people, young, stupid people, would happily go to war to fight for something that doesn't fucking involve them at all. It doesn't, and mind that it doesn't matter, it doesn't even fucking involve them. But because this happened in their country, they feel like it does involve them. And like, I find that so difficult to not see. It's like, you know, I find it difficult to imagine how they would be able to convince so and so to do something like that. But I don't find it difficult that, you know, they were helping people into the country that shouldn't have been there, or that they did let people in or encourage people to go in that shouldn't have been there, that were going to cause trouble. You know, you're looking at MK Ultra there with fucking mind control and everything. And MK Ultra completely shifted over to the Middle East after whatever 1970s or 80s, when people started copping on to it and they had to get out of their own country. It's like, these are the people that they would have been fucking up in the head. It's like, who's to say they didn't fuck these people up? Who's to say they don't seriously know how to do it at such a high level now, that they couldn't send some random guy to a country for 2 months and just sit in absolute fucking lonesome and then wander out and cut a guy's head off without even thinking about it? You know, just to cause uproar. And then, like, when I'm looking at this in Ireland, then I started looking up in England and Germany and all across Europe, and every single country is having the same issue. These Somalian and immigrants,
because remember I told you it happened here too, and the guy
it's happening in America all the time.
Well, just particularly in the sense of the whole Somalian thing. And I think he was, and I told you he like kicked the person's head, like it was but dog, like So,
There's something
particularly
seriously
here,
wrong
what's
going
going
on
on?
right now in the world.
Listen, what's
And
here with the World Cup and everything? They're
Europe and America have a big part to play in it. And who's calling the shots? I don't know.
it's Europe. It's the
It's not.
Vatican.
It's not Europe
It's the
because
Vatican, bro.
it's
Yes, it
not.
is.
It could be.
It's
Do you
the
know what I'm saying?
Vatican.
I'm saying it's
That
not,
Europe.
but it could be.
That Europe. The colonizers, the colonists, the
I.
beginning, bro. You
It's
gotta
it's
go
it's.
back.
I don't think it's Europe,
It is, bro.
but I think Europe is
Even
going
look,
along
even like
with.
right now, what's happening right now is South or Africa. So everybody's going
What
through this whole immigrant thing, right? But
what's happening now is a mass
right now,
migration, and it's fucking crazy.
so
Like
listen, listen.
you got
Right
20
now,
million.
Africa and South Africa are like battling, right, about the Aborigines and the land there. And America is is talking and politicizing about letting refugees from Africa come over to America
That's not a
and
bad thing.
get a care package as South Africans only. Do you know what that means?
As if they're South Africans, but they're not.
South Africans only.
That's that's so scary for you because Africa is a continent at least twice the size of America.
Listen. But they've only opened it up to
completely
South Africans.
okay. Yeah, but like what
Listen to
happened,
that.
like what happened in Ukraine
It
and
doesn't,
Syria.
no, listen. It zeroes
It
down to
doesn't. It
this.
doesn't
In
matter.
South Africa, there aren't Africans really like that, like what you're about to explain, which I totally understand.
No,
But
there is. In South
they're
Africa, there's a
not,
lot.
look, keep game,
There's
keep game.
people. There.
The
No,
way
here,
that
chill,
they're
chill for a second.
mitigating this,
Let me say
no,
this,
because
right?
I'm telling you
Okay,
what
you
their
tell me.
reasoning is, what their rule is as far as to why they're open to this even. They're one saying in South Africa, they're South African. In South Africa, there's not really that type of African as far as what we're about to, because I understand what you're about to give to me, because
Right.
that we know that visualization of Africa, but which is why they've focal down to South Africa, because there, which I was explaining, they're having the problem with the land. Most South Africans that own land in South Africa are what? European. They're
No,
not North
there,
African. So they're,
no. In Africa is kind of like a war-struck country. Like
yeah, of course.
half or more of the population is in like a third world country.
Yes,
South
but in South
Africa is
Africa,
South Africa is like semi first world, semi second, semi third, mainly first second. But there's loads of South Africans migrating at the minute because it's a dangerous country. Like
yeah,
lots of them
but
have come from South Africa and
primarily
came.
those good areas are not, they're not.
No, just hear me out for a second, right? So a lot of the good ones have been already migrating for the last few years. Like there's been in the last probably 3 years, there's been
Right.
multiple South Africans that has joined our team in work that have come across the pond, like, and just came across with qualifications and got their visas and yada yada. But the problem is now, like, if they're talking about opening up the borders to South Africa, you're talking about a massive continent that has like relatively open borders. That anybody that could come as far as Russia could drive between Russia and Ireland and the whole way down to South Africa, can drive from there to South Africa, and then they could take claim or take asylum in America and come over.
So, and see what they're doing is
Maybe
they're
that won't be the
vocalizing
case.
this in a particular way to where it's like it to where it's, cause look, the person who was giving this to them, I gotta send you that link too. The person that was giving it to them was
I do want to say this. The South
mhm.
Africans are fairly hard working, and in your case, Africans aren't going to come over in the likes of where what happened with Mexico, where people were just walking across the
the
border.
thing the
That will
thing
take
about it
boats
is
and
people
planes,
people
and
aren't on that part. It's not about that. Like I could that's why I gotta send you this interview because so you can understand the context a little bit better. But apparently, okay, so this is the reason why I was explaining the whole battling over the land and whichever. Apparently, according to the woman who is a spokesperson for this petition, is saying that all South Africans in South Africa are South Africans, no matter their denomination or nationality. So, with that being stated, I think what's known in South Africa right now is that most people who are South African that have claimed that can travel, that can leave and get asylum and get away from the stuff that's going on down there are white. They're not like, they're not black. They're not flourishing black people. And if they are, they're probably living in Nigeria or some other part, and they probably already, like you said, left, and they not building a home down there. Other Nigerians, other not North Africans will also
I'm
tell you that.
I'm convinced that America is bussing in as many people as possible
hmm
because they know they're going to a serious war very soon, and
they
that
need
their
a
need.
vote. They need a particular vote, so
No,
they
no,
need more people to make that vote.
I hate to admit this to you. The votes is the vote that need to be done, and the draft is in.
Bro, yeah, that's what
It's
I'm
already
saying.
through
They're bringing these
legislation.
extra people in to quote unquote vote so that they have a number to say we could do it.
I don't think that's the case
Yeah, of
now.
course it is.
I think that might have been the case, you know,
That's just like the
for
case of why even black people can
okay,
even vote.
but if
You know what
America
I
goes
mean?
to
It's the same thing.
if America goes to
It,
World War tomorrow, you
that's
know,
exactly what I'm going to.
and they
That
send
reason.
if they
Mhm.
send 10 million of their young men off to Europe to die, you know,
The war's gonna
they're
be right
fucked.
here.
But
It ain't.
they have 20 million new Mexican and all sorts of races that have just wandered into the country.
hmm
At some point now,
Now
it's gonna be you're gonna go to war or
the
you're
th-
gone.
now the thing is like with them being here, the war is either going to be between them versus us, with them mixed in us. You feel me? As like
So,
refugees, though.
have you got Snapchat or what's your phone number?
Let me tell you my fucking
Because
phone
I'm going
number.
to Australia soon enough, so I'm what's your phone number?
I ain't telling you my fucking phone number.
Why do you think I'm gonna send you spam calls? Stop being
Yeah,
gay. Just tell me what your phone number is
I
so I can
know
actually
you'll do
message you.
that. That's why I don't want to give it to you, because I know.
What's your phone number so I can message you on WhatsApp? Hello.
There you go.
Okay.
But yeah, they are gathering a number, bro. That's exactly how the wars prior started, and they needed enough particular votes to make it seem like they
Yeah.
were doing one thing, but everybody was actually voting for
Yeah.
what they
But
needed.
the problem is now Trump can declare war without any vote, and he can just say we are at war. And last December, he signed into legislation that if war is declared in America, that the national draft begins again automatically between 19 or 18 and 25. That is fucked up.
Yeah. I forget how that draft thing works, but yeah.
No way. Yeah, I'm actually, I'm leaving Europe.
You gonna
I'm
be
going to Australia in 2 months.
staying there?
Yep.
Yeah, bad,
Well, I'm going for the money, but...
bro.
Okay, well, let me get this. Where do you live in America?
I'm in Florida.
Florida. What numbers do I need to put behind an
One.
Florida number to call from Ireland?
You just need that. You just need one.
001. 305, yeah. Okay. So 001, 001, 305.